Hi, welcome back to Coffee to Study, and today we're going to talk about what's on my iPad. I have the iPad 12.9 inch. It is the third generation iPad Pro, and it has the Apple Pencil, and the case is from iBlast in the Cosmo series, and the iPad itself is 256 gigabytes. Let's get started. So this is my homepage. You can see I have not that many apps on here. This is what you need to study apps mostly. So I have Anki, which is self-explanatory. If you've never used Anki, it is a great app for active recall. I mostly use it when I have language classes. Sometimes can be useful, sometimes not. Another school-related app, I have my Outlook here. I'm not going to open this for obvious reasons. Here I have the productivity folder where you can find like Word, PowerPoint, all those kind of apps. I don't really use them, but I have noticed that professors love putting everything in PowerPoint and Word, and it's really annoying for us Apple users, but I guess it's okay. I will forgive them. Next to that, we have all the Apple apps. We have Keynote, Numbers, Pages. Why I have these on there is because on my iMac, I mostly type out different notes, and when I want to check them later or review them or print them, I can just check it on my iPad, which just makes my life a lot easier. We have the News app because I am following a political history class, and we need to follow the news for that, so that's why you have the News app on here. Another really cool app I wanted to show you is if you have a Kobo e-reader. I know Rakuten, I know it's a Canadian brand, I think. You can also like get these books. I have a subscription where I can read different books. I have a lot of study books on here and a lot of books that are just for me to broaden my horizons, I guess. And some books are for different courses, like this book about Belgian colonialism is for a course. It's not mandatory, but I thought it would be nice to learn a little extra. Now here I have more news apps because, again, I'm following this for a class. Now down here I have the apps I use the most, and you'll be able to see here on the left I have Margin Notes Tree. This is a PDF reading app. It is very useful if you have a lot of PDFs to annotate if you do research, or if you have your textbooks via PDF. I use it mostly for textbooks, but you can also use it for research, as I said before. Here you can like see I have different things highlighted in different colors, and when you highlight stuff, it makes like a list of all your highlights, and you can search. You can search your highlights. I don't always use this option. I did use this option for a family law class because there was a lot of stuff to highlight, and it just made my life a lot easier, but it's not useful for all classes. As for every single class, you need to adapt your study method, which I'm sure you guys all know. I have Quizlet right here. I did have a premium subscription to Quizlet, which was like 20 euros a year, I believe. I like Quizlet, but as we're doing everything online now, sometimes I just want some papers, so I did get some flashcards just to be able to switch off from my screen once in a while. Then I have GoodNotes. I mostly use GoodNotes for my personal notes. I do not for my personal revision notes, let's say. I do not use it for class notes. I also have my planners in here, and these are really cool. These are from Pumpkin Productivity. If you know Ruby Granger, some of you guys might know her, some of you guys might not. She makes study planners, and I love using these. It helps me plan my day if I want to do a long study session. It helps me just like break everything down into smaller parts. And then also, there's a master to-do list, and I love using this once a week or once a month, depending on how much stuff I have to do. And other documents are just like English, politics, history, logic. Like, let's say for logic, I'll show you I have like different things I wrote down and just small notes I took when I was practicing questions. And then I guess the cooler app here. Hi, this is me right now editing the video. I just noticed that I said Notion instead of Notability. This app is Notability. I do also have Notion on my iPad, and Notion has been a very big thing lately, but I haven't really figured it out yet. There is Notion, and I love using Notion as my class notes app because you can split screen Notion easier than with GoodNotes, and also you can split screen in the app itself, which makes it easier because then you can add 3 different screens instead of only having 2 different screens which come with the iPad. Another thing that I like about Notability is that you can record lectures. I used to do this all the time when I was going to classes. You do need to ask for permission. Don't just do this on your own. Please ask your professors or your university if you are allowed to do this. Some professors put their classes online. Some professors do not allow you to do this, so do not do this in the classes. You're not allowed to. But for like, let's say this year, as everything is online, you can see my class notes from history, from political history, are very simple and very, yeah, they're not really aesthetically pleasing, but they're easy for me to remember. So this is what I use this app mostly for. Things are not meant to be pretty here, they're just meant to be easy for me to follow, and I also take a lot of screenshots, so that's what this app mostly is for. And another app I have on here is Notion. I don't really use it, I'm not even logged in apparently, but I know a lot of people do, and I would like to deep dive into this, but I just haven't yet. Another app that you probably know about, and this is a paid app, but it's honestly one of the best apps ever. It is called Forest. Every time you can set different timers, so I mostly, if it's a task that I really don't want to do, I set a timer for 25 minutes, and in those 25 minutes you grow a tree. And if you open the app, the tree dies. So it's very traumatizing, but it works. It works really well. So if you just want to get stuff done and get through it real quickly, Forest is a great app. If you just want a longer study session, you don't need to use Forest, but it's sometimes very helpful. And another app I have on here, of course, is the music app. I do like listening to lo-fi or ambient music. I have a lo-fi playlist I like to follow somewhere. Beats Relax Study by Chilled Cow, I think it's called. Yeah, it's Chilled Cow. They update their playlist every couple of days, and it's really nice to follow along with this. I really love it. And I think that's all the stuff that's actually on my iPad for school. Anything else that I like to use that is not school related is on the page behind it, so that I don't get too distracted. And yeah, so that's what's on my iPad Pro. I am going to end with one disclaimer here. Please do not get an iPad Pro right now. I got the iPad Pro because there was no iPad Air yet. It did not exist. If it did, I would have gotten the iPad Air. It's only 600 euros instead of 1,300 euros, I think, including the pencil. So it's a way better deal. It also has the magnetic pencil because this makes it so much easier. I was using the iPad 5th generation and it didn't have the pencil, the 2nd generation, I believe, pencil that just, you know, just snaps on and charges. So that made my life a lot easier, and I would say please do not get this if it's just for studying. If it is for video editing and other stuff, then maybe yes, get this iPad. But if it is just for you to take notes, so the new iPad Air will be amazing. Plus the colors are so stinking cute. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. And we have come to the end of my rambly video.